Adam, the season isn't completely done yet, but for all intents and purposes, we're in the home stretch, and certainly you've got to look forward to Q School, which we'll get to in a minute. But this has been a great year for you, a breakthrough year for you, and I've been really lucky enough to follow you around and watch you play a lot of golf this year, and I've been really impressed with what you've accomplished. How do you feel right now inside about what you've done?
It's pretty special. I'm very proud of myself. It's a lot of hard work paid off this year. I would say that Canadian Tour wise wasn't the year I was looking for. Obviously struggled a little bit, missed a few more cuts, and didn't have the finishes like I did last year. But getting to play in the U.S. Open this year and obviously having that great finish at Canadian Open, I would, like you said, I think a bit of a breakthrough year for me.
Let's talk about the U.S. Open. And you came back on that Saturday morning, had to make a birdie to try and advance into the weekend play. How special was that, and what memories do you take away from the whole U.S. Open at this point?
I think the biggest memory, obviously birding the last to get in, that's it was pretty cool. I would say though that having a birdie is probably easier than having a par. I always feel like making birdie or to do something is easier than parring. You kind of play safe with par, but and then birding the last hole, my final round on Sunday, being the only one to birdie 18. Getting a huge ovation and roar after that, and getting a standing ovation while walking by the fans. It was, sends chills down your spine. It's just an amazing feeling.
The RBC Canadian Open, another big special moment, and I've covered a lot of RBC Canadian Opens. The only one I can think of where there was a louder crowd on 18 was 2004 when Mike Weir got into that playoff. But for you, I mean, it was sort of unexpected, I would have to say. Walking up 18 on the final day on Sunday to that ovation, what was going through your mind?
Oh, I don't know if I could describe it. I don't know if I could explain what was going through my mind. I don't even know if there was anything going through my mind at that point, except, before hitting that second shot, I knew I needed to hole it. After that, it's just, enjoy the moment. Hopefully I have lots of those to come, but, it was a big moment in my career. Big moment, that final round, to be able to handle the pressure like I did, playing in the final group and having some big crowds out there. It was a lot of fun, and something I'll hold in my heart forever.
I'm sure you got a lot of messages of congratulations and stuff. Anything stand out that happened afterwards? I know I watched your brother sitting behind 18 watching you walk in. That must have been special.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest thing I'll take from that week. It's just having all my family there. I saw my brother and mom before I hit the putt. They were kind of up against the bleachers, and they snuck inside the ropes there. And a very special moment for him to be able to to come out of the hospital and watch me that day, and for my mom to be there as well. I think that was the 4th time she's seen me play total, and 2 of them were at the Canadian Open. So just a very special week, and I'm glad I got to share it with my family. Okay,
that's the past. Let's look at the future. Making the cut at that U.S. Open gets you into the second stage. That's the big next step for you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel, last year was great, and then I didn't get through Q School, so it felt a little incomplete. I'm going to give it my all again this year. I get to skip a stage finally. I get straight into second, so hopefully that'll change things around this year and make this year complete and get onto a bigger tour.
What do you do in preparation for something like that? Because it is a torture test, it is a grind, and it's all or nothing.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people say the second stage is harder than the third stage, just because, once you hit third stage, you're guaranteed something. I'm going to take the same approach I do to any event that I play in. I'm going to draw a lot on, obviously, the Canadian Open and playing in the final group under that pressure, and just kind of go out there and do my thing and stay committed to the little things and get it done.
Best of luck. We look forward to seeing you in 2012, maybe up on the PGA Tour.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bob.